Oh, right into it. No, like waiting room stuff.
Oh wow.
Court now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Eventually, you will find a new judge. Actually,
really? Wow.
Yeah, but only temporarily.
Yeah.
Is he like out sick?
This judge never truly goes away.
Nah. Or maybe he's like Nurse Joy. He's actually a bunch of different judges.
Yeah, that's also very possible. I'm sorry. Did you read that line or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Very well. Apparently, prosecution is also ready.
Who is the judge here anyway?
Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ludwig Beethoven.
Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand.
You said your last witness was decisive, so... It's that mysterious boat shop owner.
Yanni.
Yanni.
Witness, state your profession. That's just the gavel noise.
I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle, Edgeworth Lake. And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yup, I was.
Please testify.
Wait a second. You still haven't heard who this old guy is. Ooh. Maybe we should raise an objection.
I mean, who he is kind of important.
Yeah.
Objection! Yeah, there you go.
Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes.
We're already past 3 minutes.
Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate.
Yeah, right.
The witness will state his name.
Oh, good job, Judge. He actually...
Finally. Doing judgy stuff. Very judgmental.
Well, I'm not really sure.
What do you mean?
My memory.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness?
All right. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. And I heard a bang. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window.
Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now!
Fuck?
Yes?
What the fuck is this?
Mr. Wright.
Of course we're gonna cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. What the fuck is this?
Game talk.
This is a free-for-all of facts? What is this?
Very well, very well, very well. You may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well, then let's just take our
I like
time.
that the judge is like, you know what?
I've had just about enough of your fucking bullshit. You may cross-examine the witness per usual procedure.
Why did Von Karma set himself up for failure?
I don't know. That was a weird thing.
It just made him look stupid.
Maybe he just really needed to use the bathroom. Anyway, just after midnight.
Just after midnight, you say?
Yep, just around town.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yep.
When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right?
Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly. I did. Yep.
You see? Continue. Rent boats as usual.
Is there anyone who can verify that?
Well, I guess Polly could.
That's not good enough for a court of law.
Polly's a bird.
Yeah. Who would bring a bird into a court of law?
That's silly.
Stupid.
Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot.
A parrot?
Novelty parrot.
Yes.
Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy.
The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. I heard a bang.
And where did the bang seem to come from? Waiting.
From the lake, I figure.
Are you certain?
Yep.
Good. Continue. Boat floating on lake.
Was there someone in the boat?
It was very far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep.
But you couldn't see them clearly.
At the time, that is.
At the time? What? That was weird.
Yeah. Then heard a bang. Another bang.
Bang.
So you heard 2 gunshots total.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday.
A man walked by his window.
By your window.
Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him.
This is a rather important detail. Please add to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I have a bad feeling about this.
That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead.
Okay.
Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad.
Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too.
Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him. That Edgeworth boy.
Odd. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
I better act quick or this trial's gonna be over. Well, he said to act quick. So...
I'll act quicker than you.
Your Honor, We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints on Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly.
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
The judge is lost in thought. What should I do?
He's asleep.
Raise an objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
But you don't have proof. You said you couldn't even prove for sure he was actually there.
Show it now. Schnell, schnell.
Nick, do we have evidence?
It's no good. There's nothing I can do.
Haha, now we kill you.
Mia? Are you sure?
To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore.
Mia.
Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please.
He's doing it.
We need your help. Nick needs you.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Well, you're just napping below the stand.
Yeah.
This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of
There's not. There's so much wrong. What? No.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it. No, what?
Guilty.
How can that be?
The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court's adjourned.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? How's that possible?
Wait, who said it?
Maya.
Who was that just now? This is all text, so I couldn't hear who that was. Me!
Me.
Huh? What? Larry!
Oh shit, it was him. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
Dang.
Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court, even though many times people have shouted out an objection after something.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick! This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
How did she read his thoughts?
I don't know.
He said, "You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now."
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
I mean,
Allow me to speak my opinion, for once. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
I could just change my mind.
Yep. I ungavelled it. You saw it. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court's adjourned.
Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth.
Is that where it comes in?
I've seen worse.
Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night.
He told us the story. He was fighting the Orties, or the
Yes.
Steel Samurai tank. Yeah.
He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
You say something, right?
Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Why didn't we ask this?
When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right.
Yeah?
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials.
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
Where are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now.
Oh no! Not Larry.
Larry!
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right. Leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you are our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break.
Alright, let's do it, Larry.
Let's see.
That night, I was out in the boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
Oh no.
But we already established 2 gunshots. It was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him.
This seems like a rare expression. I don't think we see this one very often.
I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Forward, Nick.
Forward, Nick.
Alright.
Boat on the lake. Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it?
Oh, it was after 11 o'clock when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak.
And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour?
Looking for something and found it.
Looking for something.
Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Boat back into the rental shop, Doc.
Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. Guess it was around 12. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
People use watches these days, Larry.
Heard a bang.
Where did the sound come from?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Didn't see a boat.
Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Oh, yeah, it's a big deal. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case.
A single gunshot went home.
So you only heard one bang, correct?
Except effect. I love how they just toss it in there.
Yeah, we have it. We have the SFX. Let's use it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, Nick?
It's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Alright,
Damn,
well,
I
the
thought
big
she would
one
really
is a
come
double
through at
gunshot
least.
thing, right?
Yeah, you just present what. I bet there's a few pieces of evidence that talk about the gun. The gunshot's the most obvious one.
Well, also, I guess not seeing a boat, if we just give him the picture of the people on the boat.
Yeah, but he also just explained it was foggy, though. So, I mean, it's very...
Okay, yeah.
That's a pretty reasonable explanation.
So 2 shots.
Yeah,
like
there.
gunshots.
That's good. Well, wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard one bang? You're sure?
Like, that's what I said.
But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Oh my god.
No.
Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth,
Larry,
I'm not
wasn't it?
sure.
Larry killed him.
Larry did it.
Not sure. How could you not be sure?
Do you guys know the answer?
Yeah, I know the answer.
I think it was Larry now. Because he was out there and he did it in the costume.
Let us see.
But I don't know the
Yeah,
motivation.
well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else.
Something else?
A radio, dude, with my headphones.
What?
Order, and stop that booing.
Boo! I was saying
Stop it.
words.
Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Not a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karmer, your opinion? Waste of time.
Waste of time, I like it.
I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Yes, definitely. Your Honor,
So weird.
please allow the witness to continue his testimony. I'm begging you.
Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right. Leave it to me.
I wouldn't if there was any other way out of this, believe me.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to a real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is here.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. Sure enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ? You mean the Street Fighter character, don't you?
Very bad. That announcer, the guy who says things on the radio.
Yeah, things like max out and
Sobot Festival.
yeah, does he say that though?
Yeah, he says Sobot Festival.
Okay.
Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. Unless he's listening to like a hip-hop radio station and they just play random sounds at all times. You know.
They do that at all radio stations.
Well, sometimes
Having
like
worked at one,
on the beginning
Yes.
and tail end of songs, you might hear the DJ, saying
they're
things.
queuing in a song.
Bow, bow, bow. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
We need to hear what the DJ was saying. That's important. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Also, there is no station that will just insert random like horns into songs. That's not what they do. I can't believe I'm continuing the charade.
Bah, bah, bah. Alone on Christmas Eve.
So you turn on the radio.
Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone.
Whatever happened to his girlfriend?
She was traveling, I guess.
Maybe?
Was that what the excuse was?
Yeah, I think she's out off doing something.
I
Or
shouldn't have
someone.
said anything. Oh no. That's why.
Listening to an all-request show on the radio.
Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you're listening to? That's important.
This has nothing to do.
No, it does.
This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor.
It helps establish
Objection
time.
sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night?
No, that helps us establish that his time is correct if he's listening to the correct program.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my god.
We'll get there.
So he
Let's
likes
just
to
keep
listen
going.
to it loud.
Real booming loud.
Yeah, And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
Okay.
Sure you heard the gunshot.
Can you prove that? No, of course you can't.
No, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me,
I mean, the fact that he responded and was looking around means it's a moment that stuck out to him, right? So, I mean, that alone should be something.
All right, here's where we want the actual meat of it. What was he saying?
What did she say? How did you know the DJ was a lady?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said to us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care. We should always care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. Let's just give baby what he wants. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot."
Hold it. Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
Maybe Von Kammer was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There is one gleaming ray of hope in there. You got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. So, since it wasn't in the press, it's got to be in evidence. What evidence?
Time of death, sometime... Wait.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
The gunshot took place at 12:15, and she said it was before midnight.
Yeah, it was almost Christmas, she said.
Yeah.
That's why we needed that line, because this is actually a moment that results in kind of a meme that gets played up every year around Christmas time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'll point it out.
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
That's the line that is memed up all the time.
Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact.
Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25, 0 hours and 15 minutes. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day.
Exactly. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Boom.
Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. Butts is sus.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
Oh, okay.
The second photo? What does that do? Does that show anything?
This thing?
Is it the gun?
Oh, this one.
So this one, the second photo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That would be why.
Okay. Look at this photograph.
Every time.
I know, because he says it every time.
You should just read it as he sings it. If anytime you see that line on screen, you have to just yell.
Okay. Look at this photograph.
Thank you.
This is taken by a witness. yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart with her automatic camera.
And what the hell is that on Joey's head?
The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh.
I thought it might be the gun because the gun had 3 shots.
Yeah, I saw that angle too, but it was a little too obtuse. But
there's nothing
on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
Oh, very, very sly. What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Ah!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that's the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. My God.
Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my noise is clear that night, man. Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
Now it might be the gun, because it has 3 shots. Because the evidence does say that there were 2 shots after midnight, and 1 shot before midnight.
Right.
And the gun just says, look, it's 3 shots, so why? This explains why it was 3 times.
I guess that's the best thing we got, because, like, I would think about because the sensitivity was adjusted on the camera.
Right.
But it doesn't say anything about that here, so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is my evidence.
Yeah, that's right. The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That the 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Why did no one, look into that, or...
Order! Everyone shut up. Quit asking obvious questions. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes.
What? What's wrong, Nick?
I have it.
Huh?
Remember the case with the steel samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya!
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict.
But you're acting like you did already, Phoenix. Quit, explain what you're thinking.
I got a hunch. I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
Oh shit.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk,
I have no idea what he's thinking.
So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Choo choo choo.
Choo choo. Choo choo choo.
It looks like he just has like ooh on his face. Ooh. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. And it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15, 115.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. I know the answer, I think. Anyone take a guess?
I don't know.
Well, clearly one of them was Edgeworth. We've seen other art of him on the boat holding the gun.
Uh-huh.
So...
I mean, it's Edgeworth and... the murderer?
I think it's the second one.
Okay. I'm not sure. Because I'm going between Edgeworth and Hammond. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. Okay, you guys are right. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Oh, that's what he meant by doing the same thing as Steel Samurai pretending to be someone else. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
What? Are you serious? Are you seriously saying that this guy did the exact same thing as the last case?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well.
He should have, though.
That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this.
I don't know anything as a judge.
Ludicrous. Very good rapper. Mr. Wright.
Is he?
Well, Von Karma thinks so. Tell's the name of the murderer, then.
The murderer's name? Right. It's... Okay, well, it's none of these two, so... Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Caretaker of the boat shop? Where'd you do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out of the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat?
What? Well, then where did the murder take place?
Is it just his cabin?
Possibly. Seems that way.
It's probably just a cabin. Yes.
Yeah. Let's try that.
Well,
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proofs that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will.
what?
Look at it go.
That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something.
Very precise movements. Wow.
He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by.
Well,
For 22, that's true, because 22s aren't very loud. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
The boat shop.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? You must know. Tell me.
I am transfixed on
Please
the
tell
plot.
from the beginning. Gotta know how this ended.
I'm invested. Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. I think if I start at the very beginning
We'll figure it out.
and I take it slow, I might just be able to write a story.
Yeah, see?
And I'm not sure I have an ending yet. We're gonna do this, Damon Lindelof style. We're gonna start at the beginning with the twist, and we're gonna try to write our way towards an ending and see what happens.
Commentary.
That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop.
Third.
Oh! This is around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond.
Oh, God.
Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
And who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. This explains why he thought it was a suicide. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details. I gotta write more
Know
details in
this,
my-
Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
It's not because the first shot missed, so it must be to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. I'm not sure why, but...
Well,
Credo.
first shot gets you to look at the lake. Second shot makes sure someone sees the gunshot.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let the game talk.
Yeah. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then,
What's the motive, though?
the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
Like, I don't know what the motive would be.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. I just realized there's something about the camera that doesn't make sense. The sound has to reach the camera before it even takes the shot, right? So how could it take the moment of the shot? That makes no sense.
Look, Marvin, don't look into it too far, okay?
The muzzle flash is delayed.
They were playing on a bad server.
It's one of those fancy bullets. Yeah, there was lag. High ping. It was in the thousands.
The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body. and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Man,
Smug
Phoenix
face.
just pulled off the end of a Danganronpa trial.
Dang.
Because in those
Good
games, you
job.
gotta construct the entire like sequence of events using a comic book.
Well, he did it without the comic book.
Yeah, he did it without. He's
Everyone's
good.
Speechless.
He slammed his gavel and remained silent. I like that.
He does it. He does it on like just as a mental reaction. You know.
Okay, but what is
Bailiff.
the motive? What is the motive though for the guy? Do we even need one? I guess.
My guess is DL6 stuff. Whatever the heck all that is.
Yeah.
Bring
DL6
out the witness from before. Boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Bring back Sling Blade.
Are you just acting stupid?
He could be.
Maybe. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker,
He
I would
wandered
like
very
to ask
far
the
away.
defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Interesting.
That's actually uncommon. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually.
Dang.
Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Even to
Why?
you, Judge, I am
Just-
able to withhold information.
He's that tsundere.
Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. Shut up.
Shut your fucking mouth.
The one's disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either, Your Honor.
Oh my god.
What? Well, what should I do?
What should I do?
Find him quickly. We can't allow him to get away. What is this? Amateur hour?
It's fucking free for all of facts in this courtroom.
I nearly said that, but that makes no sense. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. What
You're
happened?
a dumbass.
A search warrant has already been issued by
By what
another
judge?
judge.
Yeah, you're the judge. Oh my god.
Ooh, It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day
Have one
allowed.
day to fight him.
I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court's adjourned.
I think we have an idea who he is.
I can't believe people don't. That question wasn't asked
Yeah,
like before, prior.
but I
to
think
this
I
moment.
think just based on story, we have a good idea.
Yay, Nick! You did it.
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey,
I mean,
Edgeworth.
literally. Yeah.
Uh,
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. Oof.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
what do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now.
How long?
I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Oh God.
Edgeworth? What is this?
Edgy.
No.
What is it?
There's so little time left.
God, is he
I
dying?
want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't
Just
make
say
up my
it,
mind.
you fucking idiot. Do you want
There's
help or
nothing
not?
worse than someone being like, I don't know if I should tell you this.
Yeah. This is
My
the
heart
equivalent of
flutters
saying,
when we talk, right?
This is the equivalent of saying, I have to talk to you. Let's talk in 30 minutes. And we're like, no, we're talking now. Let's just talk about it now.
Captain,
Like
you
when
better
your
come
boss,
down
your
here. You need to
boss
see
says to
this.
you, like, I need to talk to you.
I have no time.
urgently,"
We have no time.
There's no time to explain.
On this 30-minute drive over to the place where we'll show you.
No, I said there's no time to explain, and I stick by that.
What
That
the
joke
fuck,
got
Edgeworth?
better and better to me as time went on. Like, now it's one of my favorite things Nelson has ever said.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had.
What the fuck?
We're both married and we have children, and they're both horrendously ugly. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Memories of murder.
It was directed by some Korean man,
Some say he would make another movie.
and it
that's
was very
parasitic.
hard to find a Blu-ray of it for years.
No, actually, no. It's actually kind of simple. Because the Korean release is it actually defaults to English, and also it's all region.
How much does it cost, though?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me see really quick. Memories of Murder Blu-ray.
I'm just gonna save while we do this.
It's $23. $23.
Oh, then why didn't you have it already?
I do.
Oh.
I want the Criterion version.
Oh, okay.
And I'm wondering what that version will be. I remember I kept saying, like, I'm not sure how they could improve it. Because the Blu-ray for Memories of Murder is very good. It has a ton of stuff on it already. So I'm wondering how they'll improve it.
What if it's
Once
just
it
a straight port?
That might be okay. It already
Yeah,
has
like
so
what
much
if all
good,
the
like, supplemental
content is just there but repackaged for Criterion's like design?
That's very
sense?
possible, honestly, because it was originally supposed to be Korean distribution only, but they made it all region so that anyone could watch it.
Okay.
So that could very easily be what's going on. So
There you go.
yeah.
That ought to do it.